morning. Walking dogs. I'm gonna label these. I might do more of these. I like them actually. Quick and I are kind of doing our thing. I don't know if you guys noticed the path is one I've taken a lot of pictures of. There's some great shots out here. Look at this guy. This guy. Talk about somebody that's comfortable. He's gotten comfortable. I don't know, at a certain age, should I really bother him? I mean, he's doing what he does, shit. Like I said, at 10 years, he's doing his thing. I actually want to get him a bitch. Yeah, why not? I've always thought it's best to have 2 dogs if you can, you know. I hadn't been financially stable or stable enough to want to do that. I almost didn't get him, you know. I really didn't think I was going to be in Gary very long. I hadn't planned to be. It's like this, it was like a mystery that unfolded, and it kept unfolding, and it kept unfolding. And so I kept pulling at the string, like I couldn't help myself. Anybody want me to go left that bad, then I'm probably, gonna find out what's on the left. Why you trying to, what's happening? Why are you trying to get me out of here? I remember telling a friend, at least I thought she was a friend. Well, I think she was a friend in the best way she could be. How about that? She told me 2 things that always make me laugh. I think about her a lot. One, she said, the devil has a heart on for you. And I would laugh when she said it. And the other thing I think about is when I told her, the last time I was in Indiana, they tried to run me out of here on a rail. And, you think of that and you think of it as a saying, it's like, hey, I had a hard time. It was rough, that kind of thing. But no, they literally tried to run me out on a rail. And I guess this time I was like, nah. I mean, it's easy to say you ran somebody out of town when they didn't want to be there anyway. Let's first of all, let's just get that shit straight. So, probably, but what I didn't understand is what extent they would go to it, Certainly when people are running, scams and shit, they're not going to tell you their agenda. But it was so important to get me out of town because people had designs on my shit. And if I was around, then certainly I would find out about those things. And they know me well enough to know what I'm going to do about it. I shouldn't say shit like that. I leave it too open-ended. Let me be very clear. They know I'm going to, press charges, possibly have a fucking meltdown, and then let everybody on the planet know that what they did. They know that. And cut them off and never speak to them again. And it may not be in that order, but that's what's going to happen. And I say it proudly and with great conviction because some of those people still, I'm up here, I talk to them all the time. They know I do. And I know they pop in and now and then and that kind of stuff. I knew what they know. I might not be around to tell many more tales anyway. So it's a funny thing. It's not pride and ego, by the way. It's not. It's really, I knew I was going to have to come home. I knew that in my spirit. Or at a state in California. I'm going to be fine wherever I am. And I certainly do not spend time any place that I'm not wanted as a rule. That's a good way to get yourself fucked up. If you're doing stuff like that, go. People will let you know they don't want you around. Don't stay around. Those aren't your people. Easier said than done. Feelings get hurt, all that kind of stuff, but I promise you, You want no part of it. So that's why I laugh a little bit about being a loner. I'm not a loner. I am an introvert, though, who is quite adept at being an extrovert. You see, extroverts can't be introverts. But introverts can do the other. Some of us can. An extrovert, to be isolated for them, oh my God, you might as well kill their asses. For an introvert to be isolated, inconvenient at best. Unless you make yourself well known. And so, I don't know. I mean, how do you document having a sociopath? I don't think this guy's a sociopath or girl. I don't even want to say girl, just woman. I don't know. Taswani, are you a sociopath or a psychopath? What would be the best way? I mean, I don't know what it is, but I think when we work in these systems, like police officers, doctors, lawyers, soldiers, we get status and authority to do things. Some of us, well, should probably not ever have such authority, but they do. Get drunk with power, I guess, and feel like they can do anything to anybody. Yeah. So, where was I going with that? Well, okay, I know. I was going to say that I came home because I was led to do so. I came for you. I came to do exactly what's being done now. I came to find out that I had cancer. I mean, if I hadn't had that accident, I never would have known. Well, at least there wouldn't have been any evidence, but, I wouldn't have known that you were hiding evidence. That was pretty slick. I wouldn't have known that. It's not until I started to have to work within the same system that was trying to take me out. So I learned a lot about that system and how it operates because, well, that's what you have to do. When you're in the military, you absolutely have to know UCMJ. You have to know UCMJ. If you don't, people like, well, you will do anything with that power. I mean, honestly, I've had a commander send me forward. I'm chilling in Riyadh and, at the rear, at the S-TOC. Don't support anything but generals and full birds. Never did. So, get into a little something out there. Ruffle a few feathers. Next thing I know, I'm in Dhahran. Absolutely full. So yeah, people use their authority all the time. That's kind of a shot. Hope the bitch die kind of thing. I'm going to send her ass forward, see how she likes that. In their ego, throwing a little dicks around, the pencil dicks. That's not big dick energy, by the way. It's definitely little dick energy. So I'm in Dhahran and, I got partners, man. You never know, and I was lucky that I had people around me so we could maneuver through certain things. But that meant I had to go remote on mission. So when I say F2, I have a fondness for it. Because F2 in your jacket meant that if there was something going to pop off, you were going. You were definitely going to deploy. You are definitely getting ready to see forward units. And you definitely have a 9-second lifespan on that damn tower. So you could imagine my surprise when I would find out years later that the system said I was in combat. I said, what? Woo, when I found out, oh my gosh, I was so upset. So upset when I found that out. I was more upset that they did that than hid the fact I had cancer. That's crazy. I was mad at motherfucker about that shit. Honestly, I couldn't speak without screaming for months. Mad, but had to let that go. Because I knew I'd fix it. I mean, I could clear my name. There's some things you can't take away from a person. Like I said, it's in me. It ain't on me. The fuck? That's crazy. So, I was talking about authority. So yeah, it was a way to gain some status in this world. That's why I joined the military. It wasn't until I got in it that I understood what I was a part of. And then I'm all in. You can't be high speed unless you are. So I understand how some of you got involved in all this stuff because I understand what the system is. It's people, hon. It's not a thing. It's you, me, if you're part of those professions especially. So, it's a big deal. You have a lot of authority. And when you abuse that authority the way you have, oh my God. I couldn't get on here and do a video. I knew I couldn't speak to anybody in that condition. I mean, I had been traumatized. I find out that some jerk off is making money off me and has been doing it for 10 years. Like, are you kidding? Talk about what? That alone would have killed me, honestly. I was so offended. I'm offended. I'm still offended. That's all it is. My pride has hurt me having that. It's not that you're super, that's super duper cruel and it's super duper insidious. You super duper have no empathy. But it was important for me to see it because I don't think I've ever looked at evil in its face before. I mean, I've seen people have done evil shit for real, but I've never seen it for its true nature before. It really truly is dark. I don't know how you guys are doing this every day. How the hell are you knowing that I'm walking around breathing when you thought you were so sure that you were killing me and you actually had the nerve to make it a game? You actually have the nerve to even still be on here putting me in groups and shit? Are you insane? You are. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Sociopath or psychopaths. I don't know which one. But I want you to know something. You're not special. That's important for you to know because you people seem to think you are. You are not. And I think it's more of a sociopath because most psychopaths are more impulsive. No, but you guys got pretty impulsive as soon as I called you out. That record, that thing, that micropath that you guys created, your little collaboration that now looks like a whole path to conspiracy, I can't even believe you did that. But then I remember what I sent, the email I sent. I knew it would provoke because your egos would not allow you to stand down. Not to do it. I begged you, don't be a part of this. You don't know what you're getting into. So let me help you understand the depth of what you've done. So we all know that the soldiers aren't going to get the care that you've minimized their claim for. You're going to tell the judge that that's not true. You didn't know. That's what you... Some of you are trying to cover your bases. But it won't. It won't help. See, I'm going to tell you why I know it won't help and why I'm always so clear and confident about what is going to happen to you. Stop. Because I worked for the government for 10 years as a soldier. I truly am government issued. But I can tell you the fastest way to get fucked up is for them to catch you stealing. I don't care who you are, what you do. And if you make a mess the way you've made one, babe, you're going to learn what disemboweled truly means. Come on, quick. So, I thought it'd be important to start speaking because I don't want you to think that I'm afraid of you. That would be ridiculous. You can't have advanced cancer and be afraid at this point, can you? It's stupid. Don't be stupid. And don't be gangster. Because some of y'all are going to get real desperate here in a minute. Don't get gangster. Don't do that. Because you don't know any more than I know. And I know what you know. If you know where I live, that means I know what you know. Do you understand me? And I know who you are. You wrote your names down. It's in writing. Black and white, bitch. Not hard to find. You wrote your names behind it. Some of you were so arrogant as to attest to your fraud in writing. You really never thought anybody would see that file. It is amazing to me that you would do that. But then I know what I wrote. It was meant to provoke you, and you were provoked. Just like you're probably going to get provoked now. But take some steps back and know this. You're not the only one that got conned into this shit. You're not. Now, some of these guys have been doing it for a long time and have gotten away for it for years, so there's no reason for them to ever worry about getting caught. But every dog has its day. And because you're so prominent with your names, and because all of you doctors come from one group or one office, I shake my head, because at the root of it, you didn't know that it's not just your office, did you? That they did this in at least 5 different offices. They sent those same burn lists. That same dog whistle went out to a lot of different types of doctors, even a dentist, for God's sake. That's how sick the person is that you're working with. Now, it's one thing to commit fraud. I mean, come on. Let's not be naive. I'm not naive at all. It's another thing to actively try to kill someone. I am pleading with the people who are paying attention. Do the right thing. You get a couple of years. But if you guys go any further, you'll be looking at murder charges. The financial records are financial records. If I could figure out what you did, a forensic accountant is going to crawl so far up your ass, you will hate the fact that you were even born. And yet, with all of that on the line, you thought it'd be a good idea to poke the bear. Go further. I feel sorry for you in a lot of ways. I'm not going to lie. I know that's going to provoke you even more, but I don't care. You get provoked, bitch. I care nothing about you being mad. I don't. Like I said, shit, I wish you was gangster. If y'all had been gangster with this shit, we could have got it down. We could have ended that. But it's not, this ain't about being gangster, is it? It's not about, that kind of thing. This is some kind of game for some sick fuck. And you are not players. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not the player. You don't have the resources or the money to stop what's going to happen. Somebody's going to have to spend money on judges, all kind of shit. You don't have that kind of money. You don't have those kind of connections. We're way past you at this point. I know about the money that Methodist Hospital has just invested. I mean, everybody does. I know the investment University of Chicago has made. I also know that the same attorney that I sent you that letter is going to get another letter. And this time he's going to get that ridiculous file that he already has. And I'm going to point out those things I just pointed out to you. And the conversation is going to go a lot different than the last one. Because there is no going back. You don't get to backdate records a year later. Clear violations of the Cures Act with underlying circumstances of bodily injury. So it's not just my life at stake here, honey. It really isn't. You putting it all on the line. But then I think you know that. And why? You don't even know me. I think they did like a pile-up, guys. I mean, like, that record reads like some kind of, like you guys all got together and said, let's see how much money we can get off that account. It looks like that. You look like you were feeding. It's disgusting. Horrific. The kind of thing that you have to be able to show the evidence to prove. That's why I'm speaking, because it's out there now. And you cannot create a fucking, what's his name, from 2015. You can't make that association. Right. Stay with me quick. Good morning. You can't make that. You can't recreate that time. I couldn't believe that. Murabito, I can't believe you went back there to 2015 to change the record. Are you insane? So basically, were you even a doctor in 2015, bitch? Come on. I'm sorry, I was saying some like other shit. Were you even a doctor in 2015, bitch? Girl. Well, what we do know is, you know, that whole, I called the advanced imaging and told them to change it. They noted that. People are not going to go to jail for y'all. So all those technicians that didn't get no money, they know you getting money. They know they ain't getting no money. I mean, it's not even a hospital secret, bitch. Methodist Hospital. Oh, y'all got a mess over there, baby. You thought that last, I mean, you about to get hit with another class action. You just get into all this shit. Man, I just saw that somebody asked us, did a, what's the name, background investigation of me. Motherfucker, what? You don't believe that stupid ass file anymore? I read that stuff. Hey, I'm sorry to say, you've been fighting a ghost. That person doesn't exist. That's some shit they made up. It's called a burn. That's what happens when they burn you. The first thing they burn is your reputation, dummy. So what you think? I was gonna go off and just kill myself or some shit? Thought I was gonna show up at the hospital shooting. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Is that what they told you? I told you this, whoever went this far, psychopath. For real. How do you go send a burn list to a dentist? Y'all, they told the dentist, let me just say that they have a list of saying that, well, if you had all that shit going on, you really are a safety risk. So these people try to get me messed up, hemmed up in the system. But here's the thing. All right, this is what you should do. This is how ridiculous it is for you to run this exact scam. So the whistleblower, Dr. Foote, the article came out with CNN. It explains exactly what you do and how. Now, I told you, you can't lock down your records. The VA, the government can lock its records down. We had to get a court order to get them to turn over my shit at this point. But you, all that shit, and here's the other part. You literally created records and put all that vitriol and all that nonsense together. And you knew I would read it, and you knew I would know it was just ridiculous. All I was thinking was, they actually are performing for me. I don't mean it in a sense of, you're performing for me, but actually, you are speaking to the wrong audience. You should have been thinking more along the lines of, this record is going to go in front of me to a judge or to my boss. Because some of that stuff's going to be seen, buddy. We're going to say, it clearly shows that you didn't correlate information in regard to cancer. And that you meant to diminish your claim to fibroids. It's absurd on its face. It's ridiculous that you would try to, you might as well have got those fucking scans from McDonald's. Are you kidding me? Are you joking? Okay, first of all, Taraga, you don't know this, but check it out. Advanced imaging, I don't even think it existed when I went to the hospital in 2015. It may have been Northwest Imaging. That's what I said. You might as well have taken those scans and sold them to the government. They may as well come from McDonald's. That's how much credibility they have. I don't think you thought anybody would ever see it. Well, we both know you thought I was going to be gone, but had it not occurred to you, if you weren't creating scans, if you had actually done your fucking job, you would have known, or better, been able to figure out that it might not have been, I might last a little longer than you thought. It occurred to me, because I haven't seen one thing other than the lab reports, which clearly were not correlated. But that's okay. I see the form. I see the orders that tell you not to correlate it. I don't know why you think that's going to stop you from catching cases, but okay. You can tell whoever you want to who you think made you do it. That's on you guys. The fact that you did it is my problem. I don't care who told you to do it. I don't care. Okay, who told you to do that shit? You knew it wasn't legal when you saw it, when you did it. Doesn't matter. And so I lied a little bit when I said I wasn't worried about Methodist Hospital. Of course I'm going to sue Methodist Hospital, dummy. I'm bringing all this shit out. I can't wait to see all the emails. I can't wait to see the group chats. I know the kind of vitriol that's in them, the kind of hate you probably spewed. I can't even imagine the kind of shit you tried to dox me with, you ridiculous people. Now, yeah, that's why I call you guys McDonald's. You had no access. It's illegal. You can't just get a hold of patient records and create files and then send them off through the wire. That's called wire fraud. And I maybe because you people are such of high stature, you wouldn't understand anything about RICO charges. But see, us in the ghetto, we understand RICO very well because they hem all of our asses up. And if they want you, that's what they're going to do to you. But I don't think they're going to want you, Doc. Like I said, you're not a player. You're a piece. You're not a player. And the sooner you get comfortable with that, the sooner you may be able to salvage what's left of your little bit of dignity. But you won't. You're going to get caught up on, oh, I'm fighting her. No, bitch, you're not fighting me. You're not shaming me. I'm fighting cancer. You're fighting me. This dumbass. I'm fighting cancer. You're fighting me. I'm not fighting you. I'm going to do what has to be done because it has to be done. And the same way you piled up on my file, guess what? Patterns are patterns, buddy. Anybody that looks at all of the military files that you've done will see a pattern. Anybody would see it. Well, I'm a little special, but they're going to see it when it's all put together. They'll see it. They're going to pull all your records. And when they do, there you go, buddy. And whenever your psychopathic friend told you, trust me, they're going to cut ties with you. Because again, you're not playing. You're not players. You're in the game. You're not running the game. See, I'm a player because I'm the one that's being done to. And then the person that's pulling the string, telling you everything's going to be all right for right now. Telling you to hold on, it's no problem. No problem. I know that we got fired over here. But everything's still fine. I know that I know that we had to clean house. They cleaned house and everything, but don't worry, we're still secure. Come on, quick. You're not. They're going to cut ties with you. They're going to have to. Plausible deniability only works so far. It's out. As soon as you all piled on, that's when, well, there you go. And you're right. It's quite the little web, quite a little thing you got going on. But you know why? Like, it's certain things that people like me pick up on. Can't help it. Records are records. And I was too sick to look at those records. Child, y'all had time on your hands to do anything but what you did, which was play games with me. I couldn't believe you were doing it. I couldn't believe that after you knew certain things, you didn't pull out, but you didn't. You kept going. You didn't stop going even when they cleaned house at Jesse Brown. You kept right on going. Never dawned on you that they might start looking around, that people can't keep dying around, that they know how to find these things, and that when it's time to set an example, it's going to be you. Did you not get that? I was thinking maybe we're playing at the same level, but maybe we're not, because you actually think you were one of the moving pieces on this board. You are not. You cannot. You don't have the resources or the reach. Like I said, you thought you were the only shop. You're not the only shop, bro. There's dentists involved, foot surgeons involved. And the last time I checked, that guy doesn't work there anymore either. Last time I checked, a couple people are not there anymore when this game began. I am, though. So, yeah. It is not going, I don't have to sue the government to sue you. You're the one that committed the fraud. You get that, right? I don't think you do. So why would you take on all that liability by yourself? Why would you do that? You don't think maybe the dentist's office, maybe they're not surgeons over at the dentist's office. Maybe they damn sure don't want to go to jail like this. They're not surgeons. They're not making the kind of money you're making. You think that guy looked like, I don't know what's going on with that guy anyway, but some of y'all are sus as hell too, but that guy is certainly not going to keep secrets, buddy. They don't have as much to lose. They can't rent helicopters and shit. You didn't get paid what those surgeons got paid, baby. I want you to know that little money you made for the lab, that wasn't shit. Taraga and them got paid like 50 G's, bro. They got money. Money. Not enough money, let me tell it, but they got money. Of course, they couldn't have known that they would be basing all those claims on some shit that came from McDonald's. Y'all are killing me, you're killing me. Man, bro, your whole shit. Does the pathologist know this shit came from McDonald's, man? All y'all reference the same shit. Hey, let me tell you something else. Just because you erase it in your system doesn't erase it in everybody's system. You want to hear it again? Just because you erase something in your system doesn't mean it's erased in everybody's system. Dummy. Let me stop. I'm being mean. All right, because the real point was to plead with you. Because you wanted to hear me beg, right? Sick fuck. I'm begging your dumb ass, don't embarrass yourself any further. Babe, I'm going to be laughing about this for the rest of my life. I ain't stopped laughing when I figured it out. Now, having to prove some shit, woo, now that's a different story. And then the other thing, I really did have to address the fact that I was very upset and I was traumatized. I mean, come on. It's not often that you find that you've been subjected to this kind of nonsense. But, you know, like I said, shit, y'all made the book, baby. Surgeons, lawyers. Like I said, I appreciate paying at my level. But you guys aren't playing. The person that's playing is the one that put the battery in your back in the first place. It's not your natural instinct to go to work and kill people, is it? I don't know about that Hippocratic oath. Y'all threw that shit out the window like fucking Hippocratic oath. I'm gonna give me $2,000. Bitch, you threw your careers away for like nothing. Even for a surgeon, I'm thinking 50,000 ain't shit. This dude's world renowned, wrote 121 papers on the subject and can't diagnose cancer. Whoa. Wrote 121 papers on the subject. I told you, you were writing to the wrong person. You wrote your records to me. You wanted to let me know who you are. I know who you are. I knew who you are were pretty quickly on in the game, I'd say. I'm a player. I'm not a pawn. I'm actually playing the game. I knew who you were. I know what pawns and bishops and shit look like, dummy. Shit. So, yeah. But, bro, you motherfuckers over at the imaging center, I don't know what you got paid. I hope it was worth it. But I promise you the dentist didn't get paid that kind of money. I promise you the chiropractor didn't get paid. I know this motherfucker, they did the same. The motherfucker did it to a chiropractor. You thought you was the only motherfuckers on the payroll. You just the big fish. What'd you think? I'm not wasting my time with them motherfuckers. They ain't got no money. You know the kind of money I'm talking about. But you do. They don't. So you thought I was going to waste my time? Man, I had to heal. I still have to. You know, I have to be very mindful. You know. Because it's not often, you know, I've been dragging this shit around for 10 years. Man, there was such relief to find out that's what was going on with me, man. Shit. And then it helped so much. It was so healing to know that, well, that there was a rationale for all of this. It just made no sense to me. Never seen so many ridiculous people in one place in my life. Oh, they were being paid to be ridiculous. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Shit. After that, it was over. I could just heal, man. Paddleboard. Sail. Relax. Enjoy the rest of my life. Whatever's left of it. But here's the thing, buddy. Here's the thing. It's not just me. And so there's a purpose to this, too. There are other soldiers. Can't leave them. Doesn't matter if anybody believes me or not. My Father knows who I am. God saw you too, by the way. I don't know who you serve, by the way. I don't know. Did you turn away? Because he never turns away, so you must have turned away from God. Or your God, or if you have one. I don't know how you work as a surgeon and don't know there's a God. Wait a minute. God complex. Oh, fuck. My bad. That's where that shit comes from. My bad. I get it now. God complex. Well, that's interesting. Come on, babe. Let's go back. Come on. Let's go get something to eat. I'm starving. Rambling too much anyway. God complex. Of course. Okay. Yeah. You're not God. Not mine anyway. I don't know whose fucking God you are. You're not mine. I don't know nothing about you. Don't care nothing about you neither. Told you I'm gonna prance my ass right out of here. Just like I pranced into your office, whatever your lady, I'm gonna prance my ass back out of here too. Got nothing to do with you. You should stay in your lane and quit trying to interfere with people's lives. Racist asses. Shit, it's ridiculous. Under the circumstance. Though I did see the video yesterday. Yeah, I can see how you thought you'd get away with it. I can see it. I see that. I'll tell you a story, though. Let me tell you a story. So, when I knew I was coming back to Gary, I knew everything was going to shut down in my life. So, no, sir, you didn't shut shit down. If I wanted to be kicking it with people, I'd kick it with them. The nonsense that happened, nonsense, I don't care. One thing I do every time I come to Gary, though, babe, I'm going to strip down regardless. This guy asked me the other day, he's like, Tanya, you trying to tell me you don't want to look attractive to men? I was like, no, that's not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you I don't want to look attractive to anybody right now. I don't give a shit. Because right now, I don't need the distraction. I just want to heal. So once again, you're not isolating. I know how to go to a group or talk to people and interact, but you need to heal first. I need time. I need time to process. All right, good morning. Time for my smile to come back. And it did. Yay me. I knew it would. And so then I went to my desk and imagined seeing McDonald's on here. I'm going to call y'all McDonald's from now on. I'm not lying. I can't believe. Can you tell me under what circumstances you think a hospital just going to reach out to McDonald's and get some slides? The circumstance when they reached out to you, bitch. When they came from you. It might as well have been McDonald's. That's just crazy. So anyway, back to the thing for Dr. One Foot. His name was Dr. Foot. Can you believe it? And he did an interview. He was a whistleblower. He broke the story in 2014 about the people, the doctors, who let those people die and more than likely actively blocked them from getting care. I think you have to add that part. They killed those people. Nobody went to jail. No criminal shit. That's the other reason why it keeps happening. So, what was I freaking saying? Thank God you can edit this shit. But, I was stressed down when I'm in Indiana. Better you do that. Unfortunately, what I found out was that people will be extremely cruel to people they think they can get away with this shit with. Don't you find that true? I guess you would. So, I got a chance to see how people really gonna act. You know, some people really needed to be up. But honestly, if you so it's natural that you would kick somebody when you're down. That's what cowards do. Did you see that movie Enough? In that movie Enough, that's true. When he was teaching her how to fight, he told her, he said, as sure as when you land on your back, this motherfucker is going to try to stomp you. You can count on it. It's true. You see, abusers and psychopaths have the same instincts. None. Well, they have instinct. And I don't know if you call it instinct. I don't know. But you do have to appreciate their persistence. And I, for one, think fearless is kind of cool. But I think having a little fear is even better. You need to have some fear, honey. But fearless, I can get behind that shit. I get it. I want you to know you're not my first psychopath. But boy, you're the first one I've run into with this kind of money, motherfuckers. For real. And I always understood your status. Probably understand it better than you. If you understood your authority, you would sit in it better. Instead, you are a tyrant. Turn yourselves into tyrants. That shows a deep insecurity. Something that squashing me would never feel. You're going to have to squash a bunch of bugs. Which, like I said, leads me to my next part about class action. Now, that's what I said. For some of y'all can hang it up. Really. McDonald's, you can hang it up. McDonald's wouldn't even wear your banner after this. I don't know if you're a franchise or what. I haven't gone into it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't. I really feel like this is not my job. That's the other thing. I'm definitely going to tell the authorities. It's not my job. It's not my job to investigate these idiots. But I did because, other military veterans have suffered from this. And anybody in northern Indiana that works over at Methodist Hospital, y'all know it's true. Y'all know what I'm saying ain't a lie. I'm telling you. Those folks try to take me out over there. That's why they was running me up out that hospital. But you ain't got to run me out of nowhere. Shit, you won't catch me on my deathbed up in that bitch. That's the last time you'll see me, bitch. Shit, you got me fucked up. Shit, I'll be in county first, so you better get somebody over there. Ain't no fucking way. Shit. Hey. stay right there.